In this video, you will learn about the composition of the second choir of the Lord, the fourth angelic rank, dominions. Dominions. Reflect on this name. Doesn't it remind you of another similar one? Lord. Indeed, this is undoubtedly where the term dominions is derived from. Therefore, to understand what these last ones are, it is necessary to clarify in what sense the name Lord is used. Have you heard in our everyday life the phrases, the Lord of the house or the Lord of such and such estate? What do we mean by this? It expresses that the person we call the Lord of the house or estate holds his house or estate in his hands, manages it, cares for its well-being, and is a good master, as we say. Likewise, God is called the Lord because he cares for the world he created, oversees it, and is its supreme master. He, says Blessed Theodoret, is both the shipbuilder and the gardener, who has nurtured the substance. He created the substance, built the ship, and constantly manages its steering. From the shepherd, teaches street. From the Syrian, depends the flock, and from God, everything that grows on earth. It is in the will of the farmer to separate the wheat from the thorns, and in the will of God, the wisdom of those living on earth in their mutual unity and harmony. It is in the will of the king to range the ranks of soldiers, and in the will of God, a determined order for everything. Thus, another teacher of the church notes, nothing on earth or in heaven remains without care and without providence, but the care of the Creator extends equally to all that is invisible and visible, small and great, for all creations need the care of the Creator, just as each individually does, according to its nature and purpose. And not for a single day does God cease from the work of governing creatures, lest they immediately deviate from their natural paths, by which they are guided and directed to reach the fullness of their development, and each remain in its kind as what it is. This dominion, this divine governance over creatures, this care and providence of God over all that is invisible and visible, small and great, is what the dominions contemplate. For seraphim, God is a burning love for cherubim, he is shining wisdom for thrones. God is the King of glory for dominions. God is the Lord provider. Primarily, before all other choirs, the dominions behold God precisely as the provider. Singing his care for the world, they perceive both the path in the sea and the strong way in the waves. Wisdom 14:3. And they gaze in awe as he changes times and seasons, deposes kings and establishes kings. Daniel 2:21. Full of sacred awe and tenderness, the dominions delve into the various concerns of God. He clothes the grass of the field, which even Solomon in all his glory was not arrayed like one of these. Matthew 6:29. The dominions marvel at how God, so great, embraces all and everything with his care. He keeps and guards every blade of grass, every insect, even the smallest grain of sand. Contemplating God as the provider, the builder of the world, the dominions teach us to range ourselves, our souls. They teach us to care for our souls. To contemplate them, they inspire our person to dominate over their passions and various sinful habits, to subdue the flesh, giving space to the spirit. The dominions should be prayerfully invoked for help by anyone who wishes to free themselves from any passion, who wants to overcome it, to abandon any bad habit, but cannot do so due to weakness of will. Let such a person pray, Holy dominions, strengthen my weak will in the struggle against sin. Grant me to dominate over my passions, and believe that such a prayerful invocation will not be in vain immediately. From the multitude of dominions, help and strength will be sent to you. The fifth angelic ranked powers, primarily, before all other choirs. This angelic rank contemplates God as the one who works many powers or miracles. For the powers, God is the miracle worker. You are God who performs wonders. This is what constitutes the subject of their constant praise and glorification. The powers delve into how wherever God wishes, nature is overcome. Oh, how ecstatic, how solemn, how marvelous their songs must be. If we, wrapped in flesh and blood, when witnessing some evident miracle of God, for example, the healing of a blind person or the restoration of someone hopelessly ill, feel indescribable joy and awe, what can be said about the powers when they are granted to see such miracles that our mind cannot even imagine? Moreover, they can delve into the very depth of these miracles. Their highest purpose is revealed to them. The sixth angelic rank, authorities. The angels belonging to this rank contemplate and glorify God as the Almighty, who has all power in heaven and on earth. God is fearsome, whose sight dries up the depths, and whose rebuke melts the mountains, who walked as on dry land, upon the waves of the sea, and commanded the storms of winds, who touches the mountains, and they smoke, who calls the waters of the sea and pours them out upon the face of the earth. The angels of the sixth rank are the closest. Constant witnesses of God's omnipotence, they are particularly endowed to feel it. Through constant contemplation of divine power, through constant contact with it, these angels are filled with and permeated by this power, just as heated iron is penetrated by fire, which is why they themselves become bearers of this power and are called authorities. The power with which they are endowed and filled is unbearable for the devil, and all his hosts. This power drives the devil's hosts into flight, into the abyss, into the pitch darkness, into Tartarus. That is why all who are tormented by the devil should prayerfully invoke the authorities. For help, prayers should be offered daily for all possessed, various afflicted individuals, and those who are bewitched, holy authorities. By the authority given to you by God, drive away from the servant of God name, or the handmaid of God name, the demon who is tormenting him, or her. When the demon of despair attacks the soul, it is also necessary to pray to the authorities, so that by their power they might drive away this demon. With faith and simplicity of heart, those invoked will not delay to come to help, drive away the demon, and the possessed will feel free from it, experiencing space and lightness in their soul.